Hey everyone, happy full moon. Not so happy for some who are feeling the effects of the Mercury retrograde and all the rest of it, but I'm going to try and give you the best advice I can this evening and see what we can do as far as guidance. I think what I'm going to do this evening is I'm going to just leave it up to the powers that be to tell us what they feel we need to know, and I'll see what messages come through and piece it all together. All right. So, Okay, I want to talk about the full moon a little bit, the eclipse and all of that going on at the moment, just for a couple of minutes. So, there's a lot of intensity at the moment, all right? This is with communication between people, frustration because our communication doesn't work, like I've had in the past couple of days. My YouTube doesn't want to upload, IGTV is not my friend. So, we've had these little tests and frustrations, all right? At the moment, we're moving towards a place where we can release certain karma and negative stuff that we've carried with us for a long time. This is maybe being the victims of abusive power play, manipulation, psychological trauma that is from the past. All of these kind of things are now coming up. Sadness with regards to love and loneliness, suffering with the delays in relationships, if we're frustrated that someone's not coming to the party or there's been no contact for some of us. And then we have self acceptance issues, all right? And fighting the stubborn ego energy that we have, it can bring up arguments and confrontations and people being just plain nasty and quite brutal when it comes to certain things, all right? Speaking badly to themselves, to each other. And this is also because there's this overflow and this lack of control of the what we need to express and let go of, and people are just bursting to say what they need to say, which is fun to a certain extent and sometimes can be very, very productive. But we need to be aware of this, we need to be cognizant of it, and know that, if someone lashes out or whatever, it may be something that they need to do or something that they are, you know, having this internal struggle with at the moment. So we need to be compassionate and forgiving and try to just take it in our stride. Okay, there is, I've also been told or listened to a couple of talks where there's even potential for world shaking events. So, not just in your personal bubble and your little world, but on a larger scale, we may see certain things happening and certain shifts coming in. And these will also relate to deceptive attitudes, karma that needs to come into place. They say the wheel turns. We may actually be witness to some of that. So, this is very interesting to see, but it's going to be a little bit tough sometimes. We have to remember that also we have all sorts of planets influencing us. We have Pluto, which is your deep unresolved issues and emotions. These Pluto issues will come up, and you'll have to deal with things that are really deep seated. Okay, so that's a difficult thing, things that we don't like to own up about ourselves or admit about ourselves. And then we have the Neptune energy also coming in, which has got this like otherworldly kind of, you know, um, spacey kind of energy. And this is quite good. When did a post yesterday on Instagram, I said that this allows us to be quite creative. So instead of channeling your energy into fighting with somebody or being aggressive or outright nasty, if you paint or draw or you do anything creative, if you do dancing, whatever, try to channel these energies into creative feats and creative things that you can do. All right. So I'm doing a lot of my creative stuff and my readings and stuff. I'm quite busy at the moment, which is great. It keeps my mind off things. And I'm in a place where I'm inspiring other people and doing my thing. And I do obviously have my own moments where I just can't deal with certain things or I need a downtime. I've been sleeping so much and it doesn't feel like it's enough. So I'm definitely going through the narcoleptic stage at the moment. Um, all right, so all we need to do fundamentally to try and get through this is ask yourself if you are acting out of love or fear when you react to somebody. Am I lashing out because of fear, because I feel like a dog in a corner that needs to bite somebody right now? Or am I trying to be, reactive as opposed, sorry, instead of reacting, we need to try and process what's happening and then respond. So instead of being reactive, we need to be responsive. That's what I wanted to say. Try and take a few extra seconds and say, okay, what is this person? Why is this person behaving like this? Do I have to react and just lash out and say, well, and yours too, kind of thing? Or can I just be a little bit more compassionate? Am I going to act out of fear or am I going to act out of love? Sometimes we don't get that far to have that thought process before, but that's okay. And, don't beat yourself up about it, but let's try to change our reactions to being responsive, and let's try not to be influenced by past conditions, by your default reaction. Oh, when this person walks in and they say something, I automatically lash out because we just don't like each other. Try and work on things like that. Okay, so moving on swiftly because I need to get going. What are we going to use tonight? I feel like I need to use my Arthurian Legends Tarot. It's a beautiful deck. I've used it for a lot of you guys. It's modeled after the Legends of King Arthur, and the art on here is really, really lovely. So I'm going to just ask tonight, what are the kind of things we need to be focusing on? And, we are being challenged right now to change and evolve, to change, to become a better version of ourselves. So I think the first thing I want to maybe ask is, what advice can they give us, okay, to be better versions of ourselves in this energy right now? What can we take advantage of, and what advice do they have? So let's see. I think that's a good theme to go with, because we are being challenged and we need to know, are we going to take up the challenge? Do we really, really want to improve our lives, or are we just saying it, and we're big talk, no action? So what advice do they have for us to embrace this and to challenge ourselves and become better versions of ourselves? Okay. I'm battling with the shuffling. That's why so many people don't do it live. Oh, okay. I feel like that's all. Let's do 3 more. One more. Wow, okay, that was not one at a time, but I feel like we need to use those. Okay, let's see what they have for us. I'm going to try and keep them in order here. These sort of popped out together. Okay. Alright, I immediately see a bit of a story here. Alright, we've got the 9 of Swords. This is such a beautiful card, this particular one. This is about, trying to move forward from something and lamenting and living in a state of nostalgia where you sort of a little bit sad about things. I don't know if you can see her very nicely there, just dragging her hand through the water and being pushed along. And she's trying to move on to better things, but she's got a lot of nostalgia and sadness. So I think that this is some of us, how we're feeling at the moment, and we know we need to push forward, but we're a little bit tired as well. And we know that better things are coming. We need to hang in there and move towards a better time. but there are going to be things that we miss and things that we also battle to let go of. We get into a stage where we are so comfortable with how we are, even though we're not comfortable. We don't like the way our lives are, but we're creatures of habit, and we seem to not like to make these shifts because they scare us. All right, and then we have the Hierophant. This is very interesting. This has got to do with the first thing that when it popped out and I saw it, I was going to say, I need to warn you guys not to do any serious signing of contracts or anything right now because of the communication problems that there are. And this also talks about, people of influence having to follow rules. So maybe there's some conflict with regards to that, not wanting to. This is conformity to a particular kind of belief system, and this is also talking about challenging our beliefs. So if some of you are facing issues with your spirituality, maybe your religions, your change of ideas, this is coming to the forefront at the moment, and it's saying to us, we just need to take it in our stride, see what we can learn, be respectful, and know that the people around us also, there's always someone you can learn from and someone who is very wise and can impart knowledge to us. So this is about religious organizations, or sometimes even business organizations. But for me, the first thing that popped up was contracts. If you're doing anything or signing any contracts, just be wary. And then the Strength card comes up so many times. This is about, for me at this moment, is about us tempering those very, very passionate emotions that we're having at the moment. All right, so this is like taming the beast, taming the lion, remembering that it's handling things with tact and integrity and decorum are always better than just screaming and shouting and losing it. All right, so this is a reminder to behave in a way that you're going to be proud of when you walk away from the current situation. Think to yourself, am I going to be proud of how I handled this? Was I behaving in the best version of myself? Was I mindful of my behavior at the time? Or am I going to walk away embarrassed and think, oh my goodness, I can't take that back. I've made such a fool of myself. Think before you engage your mouth at this point, all right? And there is great strength in handling yourself with dignity. Just being boisterous and forceful is not always being strong, all right? There's great strength in having just some dignity and handling yourself well. The Hanged Man comes up, and this talks about the fact that we're in a kind of a limbo right now. All right, we are gaining knowledge. The Hanged Man is about your life being turned completely upside down. So this may really, really be happening for you, or the potential is there. So you're going to see it in the next couple of weeks. Things literally get turned upside down, but this allows you to gain a completely new perspective and for your life to move in a different direction. All right, so this is also shifting and gaining knowledge and enlightenment and being able to see things from a different angle and moving in a different direction again. So this is wonderful. All right, Ace of Spears. This is new ideas being born, and when an ace comes up, it is showing that something is about to start or it's already in the beginning stages. So this is showing that you guys have great potential to start something new, to build on things, to bring other kinds of energies into your life, and just know that also, like there's this light at this window, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The Ace of Spears is about mental activity. It's inspiring ideas. So maybe you've got something you're working on. It's breakthroughs through original thinking, and it shows great potential. Okay, great new start and a promising birth of something. So it could be a project that you're inspired by, maybe new relationships, but there definitely are new beginnings coming up here. So that's really, really lovely to see. The Five of Shields. Okay, the Five of Shields is about going through hard times. So maybe some of you feel like this at the moment. Let me just try and zoom it in a little bit better for you, because it is a bit of a sketch. It's two people walking in what they call the wasteland. You see it says the wasteland at the bottom. And this is some of us feeling that our resources are maybe exhausted and we maybe need to get a little bit of help because we're struggling to survive or stay afloat, and we are being the opposite of optimistic. Okay, things are not looking good for some people at the moment. They're really at their lowest point. I have a couple of people who are struggling with this at the moment. They're really losing hope with certain things. But we are to note when this card comes up that this is instrumental in spiritual guidance, okay, and in creating something new for yourself. It is seeking. It's when, when things can't get any worse, they can only get better. And this is often when we find ourselves in this, especially when we've been very materialistic and very materially orientated. We're brought back down to earth. That wheel turns all the time. And this is bringing in a spiritual kind of awakening for us. And we also are told with this card that these are temporary hardships. All right, this is temporary, and that you're never really alone. There's someone walking with him. Okay, so it may be that someone is experiencing this with you at the moment, but you need to know that it's temporary. The reason I want to say that as well is because this is almost like me telling a story at the moment, and here we have the magician. We have the number 1, which is also an ace, technically speaking. Okay, manifestation, bringing new things in. The magician is literally a magician. This is Merlin because it's the Arthurian legends, and this is all about having all the tools you need to create whatever it is that you want in your life. Manifestation is high, and I've been saying this to people for a long time now. And part of this is this whole karmic shift where we can actually get rid of old ancestral karma and karma from our own lifetime and bring in new things. All right, new energies. This is about having the wisdom that you need, believing in yourself, know that you have the skills, you have all the tools available to you, including spiritual assistance. All right, it's about using your imagination and being versatile, being creative, and using this again in a good way. All right, it's the noble use of your talents. It's not about being arrogant. It's about using perhaps your influence to create something and your willpower. It's about believing in what you're actually doing and connecting to your spiritual side and your intuitive abilities as well. So you do all of these to effectively direct your life in the way that you would like, or move it into the direction that you would like it to move into. You are the magician. Anything is possible right now. All right, and also if this means you need to spend some time alone to rest and recuperate, this card also says this to me. All right, so then we have the 8 of Cups. This is quite interesting because this is about walking away from something where you feel it's gone as far as it can go. And I feel also that this is about walking away from your own life. Remember when I said, will you accept the challenge? The challenge is to evolve and change, and it's to walk away from things that no longer serve us. This has been a theme for a long time, but it is so imperative and so necessary. And this is what we need to do right now. We need to make peace with things that haven't worked out. Maybe we've put in all the effort. It could be a relationship, it could be work, whatever, and know that sometimes you need to walk away. And yes, it will be sad, but you may be moving towards something better. Okay, you may be moving towards what you really want, and you don't even know it yet. You don't know what you want. But if you're open to it and you get in touch with your intuition like the magician, then you will bring this into your life and you're able to manifest it right now. Okay, this also speaks about getting to a point where you're just about to give up and suddenly there is a very beneficial turn of fate or twist of fate and something really, really great happens. Okay, you see this guy rushing in at the last minute to save that candle before it's snuffed out. It's either going to be snuffed out or he's going to save it. You decide. Are you going to walk away and make peace with it, or are you going to push a little bit further because you know this can work? Be in touch with your intuition. Your gut knows more than your brain does. Whatever your gut says is usually right, and go with your first instinct. Okay, so this is worked out quite nicely, I think. I also want to just give you some spirit oracle today. I felt like doing something different, and I always do the spirit oracle because I think it just gives beautiful, straightforward kind of guidance. But I thought tarot for a change, hey? And these are really beautiful cards. I love them. So let's see what else. I just want to say, what do we need to know today? What guidance can they give us? And what can they reiterate on here for us that's come up that we need to know and work on, and that can just be validated. All right, let's do one more. Okay, so what can you validate here for us on what's already come up, and what else do we need to know? What advice do you have for us? Okay. If any of you have a question regarding this, ask it now, because it's just a question card that's just come up. All right, or if you already had a question, it's best to maybe stick to that. If you came into watching this with a specific question. Oh, okay. I almost thought we got Kuan Yin again. I was going to say, really, people, have we not got the message yet? I feel like this is all. 1, 2. Maybe not. And last one. Okay, let's see what we got. First one that comes up is healing. Okay. It says healing. Positive transformation is occurring on a soul level. The answer to your question is yes. So if you came in with a question and you wanted results and please answer my question, the answer to your question is yes. The next one is the journey. You are soaring to new heights. Experiment. Play. Okay. He experiments and plays, the magician. Allow your spirit the freedom to explore new and exciting possibilities for your life. Follow the rainbow across the horizon. A pot of gold awaits. Okay. Honesty. Be honest with yourself and be honest with others. And this is coming up with speaking our truth. Okay. Love, compassion, and truth will heal the present situation. Be honest with yourself. Discover what it is that you truly desire, then speak your truth clearly. Always speak with love and compassion, and know that the truth will never harm anyone when spoken from a place of love. All right, we've spoken about that. Heart's desire. You're being showered with love. Your time of waiting will soon be over. All your heart's deepest desires will be fulfilled. All right? And remember what I said about remembering if you're speaking from a place of love or fear, or acting from a place of love or fear. And last we have Christos. It says you are eternally loved and held within the palm of creation. Feel my presence beside you, my dear friend, for I am always with you. You are always in my heart. This is about your spirit guides, your ascended masters. If you are Christian, it would be that, Jesus Christ is sending you a message. He is also considered to be an ascended master. So the spirit that is around you, whatever your religious persuasion or spiritual persuasion is telling you that you are not alone. All right, like I said here as well, you're not alone. There's someone walking with you. There is guidance coming from this Hierophant. You have this inner strength. You must just know how to use it wisely. Again, she's not alone here. Even the magician has got some kind of spirit guide with him. Okay, you see his wolf that's leading him. They're going into the cave where they will gain wisdom and they'll be in solitude for a little bit, but good stuff will come from this. All right, walk away from what no longer serves you. Try something new. See what you can manifest. Say, challenge accepted. Let me find out what I'm capable of. Why not? Okay, and embrace this. Enjoy the full moon energy tonight. Go and write a list of what you want to let go of. Burn it. Write a list of what you want to bring into your life or attract, and start doing this. If you use law of attraction or the 55 by 5 method, go for it. This is a perfect opportunity. Okay, I will be posting more videos on IGTV for the rest of the week and giving you guys what guidance I can give. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to the link below or the link in my Instagram bio as well. And yes, press subscribe if you want to watch further videos. I'm wishing you all a lovely, lovely evening. I hope this helped and it gave you some guidance, and I'm sending lots of love. Take care. Bye, guys.